Well, welcome once again to another annual press conference and media party. I'm Richard Fredrickson, and this is all about Race Fan Rally coming up September 13th. We want each and every one of you out there to remember and tell your neighbors, your friends, even your enemies to come on down to downtown Joliet, September 13th. This is the big event, and you will want to know all of what's going to happen. And in just the next 25 minutes, we're going to tell you every detail of what's happening down here today. The script, the program, everything has been put together by our marketing and event manager, Lauren Lass. So, and I'll give you her email address in case everything, if we've missed something, that's the lady you want to talk to. I'm just kidding. Thank you very much, Lauren, for putting it together. Thank you to the Joliet Historical Museum for allowing us to come up on stage here and have our folks just kind of share with you what we have going on here today. We want to thank Channel 6, and also we've got some Facebook live streaming, YouTube, and I know that we're going to be doing some advertising on our local papers. Alpha Media, of course, is another great partner of ours. And our sponsors, before I bring up the mayor of Joliet for his welcome, and he will be, by the way, the one who's going to start things off on September 13th at 5 p.m. So you don't want to miss that. We've got National Anthem and a whole bunch of wonderful things happening on that afternoon, late evening, into the nighttime hours. So thanks to Hawk Auto, to Warmer Rogers, Duran and Ruzon, and to Midland States Bank and Rendell's for making it all happen for you coming September 13th, as well as Joliet City Center Partnership, City of Joliet, and speaking of the City of Joliet, the Mayor, Robert we were just talking about St. Patrick's Day, and now I've got the St. Patrick's Day. Bob Odekirk, here you guys have both of them going on.
Okay, well, good, thank you. I want to echo all the thank yous that you just gave. There's one I think that we should add. I want to thank Chicagoland Speedway and NASCAR for choosing Joliet once again to be the track that starts out the chase for the Cup, which is essentially the playoffs for NASCAR. So it's a great event. It's great for our city. And of course, Race Fan Rally is a tradition in downtown Joliet. It's a great time. We have a great crowd out there. So I welcome all our Joliet residents. Come out there, see the cars, see the drivers. There'll be food, bands, drinks. So it's a good time. And it kind of caps off summer in downtown Joliet, which has really expanded over the years, all the great events. So this is a fun one. Looking forward to it. It should be a great time. And again, Richard, I echo all the people you thanked, City Center Partnership, Museum, everybody involved in helping make this happen, Channel 6. So thank you.
Great. Thank you, Mayor. And these things would not take place without him. We have a mayor who gets involved in all of these activities. He's in the committees, he's on the steering committees, and knows all about the logistics. So these things don't happen just overnight. And you're going to find out here as we bring up a couple of great guys. And by the way, this is, speaking of the Chicagoland Speedway, if I've got my facts correct, this is the 16th year of racing at Chicagoland Speedway for the Sprint Series, and our 16th year for Race Fan Rally and our festival in downtown Joliet. So Mike Guglielmucci, you listen to him on Saturdays and in between, and he's at the track, he's everywhere. And Mike Guglielmucci is bringing along a friend of his. Denny Hedgewick is also here today. So Denny, come on up here. Michael, come on up here. And I'm going to turn things over to you while I talk to the folks over in WJOL.
Thank you, Richard. Thank you. Danny, come on up here, buddy.
How you doing, buddy?
Denny Hartwig from Chicagoland Speedway. Here we go again. First of all, thank you, everybody, for coming out and tuning in on Facebook Live. And the guru's got it. He's got it all going there for us, Brandon Brown, and getting us tuned up. But anytime we do anything, there's people that you just assume that they will be part of it, and they always are. And that's the Chicagoland Speedway. And we do have to give you a big thank you because it's not expected, but it's definitely appreciated, all the effort and all the work that you guys put in trying to put this thing together. And not that you don't have anything going on for the next 4 days after, so what's one more day? But Denny, thank you again for all you guys do.
Yeah, it's certainly a great way to kick it off, and I think you've been a part of every one of these since you've been here. And so to kick it off there, we start with the ARCA race, go into our truck race, Xfinity, and then finalize the weekend with the Tales of the Turtles 400. It's the kickoff for the playoffs, a lot of anticipation. We've had a number of winners this year, some of the young guys that NASCAR's hoped would develop their skills and run up front with some of the big guys have done their job, and I think they're ready to compete for that number one spot, and I think it's going to be a great weekend. Martin Truex, he's the regular season points leader. He clinched that a couple weeks ago in Bristol, and they had last weekend off. I'm sure if you follow some of those guys on Instagram and everything, it looks like they all had a good time, and so they're back at it this weekend. But we're excited about it, and we appreciate you guys starting the week the right way with Race Fan Rally.
Well, we appreciate it, and there's a lot of things that are going to take place throughout the evening on 12A. I don't do that word, so it's going to be the date between the 12th and the 14th, so we can call it 12A or whatever you want to call it, but it'll be on Wednesday night. But we're going to have the Monster Energy Cup is going to be on display in the Rialto, and that's none of us has seen it. We don't know. We know what the Sprint Cup used to look like. We knew what the old Nextel Cup used to look like, and we obviously knew what the Winston Cup looked like. But this is going to be new, and we're going to see it here at Race Fan Rally first.
Yeah, I think Monster brings a fresh look to this. Sprint was a great partner for the series for a number of years, and now with Monster, I worked with them before, and it's a great partnership with those guys, and they're going to bring some new elements to the weekend, some great content, and the Monster Energy Girls, which I think you'll appreciate, Googs.
Well, wait a minute. Why is it me that you got one of those too? So a little wedding band. Why are you gonna just call me out? But you're right; they are pretty easy on the eyes.
Yeah, but it's going to be a great event. We had one of the drivers in 2 weeks ago, in Kurt Busch. We brought him in town for a media tour. Monster activated down at Sluggers. We did a big fan engagement event down there, and Kurt's a great representative for their brand, and they certainly bring a lot to the table. So I encourage people that haven't come on out to one of the races, but throughout this year, to come on out and check that out September 14th through the 17th.
Tickets are available, 888-629-RACE. That's 888-629-7223. There's some packages that are available for the entire weekend, I'm sure.
Yeah, there's plenty of packages. It's easiest to go to the website, chicagolandspeedway.com, pick out your camping spot, pick out the best ticket you want, and come on out and join us for a great weekend.
All right, Danny, thank you very much. We appreciate it, buddy. Go sit down and have yourself a Diet Coke, and we'll have some fun here in a little bit. Also helping us out this year is somebody that's new to the group, to the staff, whatever you want to call it. Diana Missig is jumped on board, and Diana, come on up here and welcome to Race Fan Rally. I guess officially, because you kind of helped out a little bit last year, but now you get to talk on the microphone, and he can take over for me.
Well, thank you. Thank you, everyone, for coming out. Actually, this is the first time that I've actually been doing this for officially, and it was really exciting. I've had a lot of really, really positive response from a lot of the drivers, a lot of the ARCA drivers that will be in town. And we are going to be kicking some things off with the two haulers from Vetterini Motorsports, which will be here. And we've talked with Christopher Bell, one of their drivers, and they'll be bringing two other drivers, Natalie Decker, and then a third driver. We have to check on his schedules. We'll have Dalton Sargent, we'll have Shane Lee, and Andy Seiss, just to name a few. We're in negotiations with a couple other drivers too, like Justin Fontaine and Gus Dean, and we're going to have some midgets and hopefully some cars from Grundy County, and lots of pizza and food and tacos, and a lot of our vendors from downtown to come and kind of have a small taste and a small slice, if you will, of our hospitality.
All right, and we can't have an event without music and without a band. And this year, playing on the stage is M&R Rush. And if you happen to be at the Joliet Historical Museum this past Friday night, they absolutely, an old phrase, they just rocked the place, but they did. It was a great night, great weather, and they're going to be on stage at Race Fan Rally as well. All righty, what else we got here? Who else are we going to chat with here? We got to have some fun. Who else? Michael, come on up here. Michael Blezik from Chicagoland Speedway. He's a part of the, I guess you're on the marketing division, right? You guess it's called the marketing division?
Yeah, absolutely. So, no, we're excited to come out again and just support race fan rally with Chicagoland Speedway. So again, Wednesday, September 13th. We're excited. We're going to have a party. We're going to hang out with you guys downtown. M&RS is going to rock it out. We're going to give away some tickets, obviously, to our race weekend. Again, we're going to have the Monster Energy NASCAR Cup Series trophy excuse me, out there, and we're also going to have Dash, our official mascot, shaking hands, kind of hanging out with everybody. So it's going to be a good time. You know, it kind of kicks off our big race weekend, 4 days of racing, 5 nights of camping, and that's what it's really all about, is just kind of gathering with everybody in downtown, bringing all of our partners, bringing all of our campers, anybody that really wants to get in on the action and get in and have a good time before some racing. So, yeah.
Did I hear you say that you were going to have some tickets for Race Fan Rally?
You got to have some tickets in the mix,
tickets,
right? So we're actually going to give away a couple Monster Energy NASCAR Cup Series tickets for the Tales of the Turtles 400, as well as some Xfinity Series tickets and some Truck and ARCA Series tickets as well. So you got to come out, enter to win those tickets. We'll give them away throughout the weekend, or throughout the night, I should say, but it's going to be a good time.
Were you one of the guys that came up with the idea of the new kind of unofficial trophy for the Chicagoland Speedway and the big, huge hot dog?
No, actually, that was one of our partners, Eisenberg. So to bring a little bit more Chicago to Chicagoland Speedway, we thought, you know, we got to bring a Chicago, you know, hot dog into the mix, right? So every time a race winner now wins and goes to Victory Lane at Chicagoland Speedway, they have to bite into our Eisenberg Chicago hot dog. So it's kind of a new tradition we have going on.
Let me tell you about that. They have to. Okay. Let me. Last year's winner, Martin Truex Jr. He looked at me and said, "And what do you want me to do with this?" And I says, "We got to take a bite." And he says, "I've never had a hot dog." I says, "Well, congratulations, you're no longer a virgin. Take yourself a bite of this hot dog." So that was all, you know, kind of with the mic away, but it was funny. Scott Paddock was sitting behind us, and he was laughing, and here it is, you know, a guy just wins a cup race and moving on to the playoffs, and he's never had a hot dog.
Well, and it's funny, 2 years ago, so the year before Martin Truex Jr. won, Denny Hamlin won our race, and it was the first year we instituted the Chicago hot dog, right? So he goes out there, he wins, he's doing the trophy, the hat dance and everything, and obviously the hot dog comes out and they've got to take a bite into it. Well, little did everybody know this thing was loaded, right, like a Chicago hot dog is, but it also had hot peppers inside of it. So he takes a big bite and he gets the hot pepper in it. So he's after the whole thing, he's coughing, he's got to try to drink milk as he's doing interviews. So in the media center, it was quite a spectacle. So it was pretty funny.
Winning at the Chicagoland Speedway is never easy, but it's always eventful. So make sure you come out on Wednesday night, the 13th of September, for Race Fan Rally. Richard, come on up here. I'm sure we got some more things that we got to take care of, but we're really, really looking forward to it. Michael, thank you. And by the way, go blue. Go blue. That's it. So all you Notre Dame brethren there. We got 2 Michigan fans here. All right, Richard, what else we got in store here, pal?
Well, a couple of things that we want to, well, a lot of things, actually. By the way, you want more information and more detail on this, you go to jolietdowntown.com, scroll down to events, and you'll see Race Fan Rally. All that information will be there for you. And prizes, we're going to give away not only tickets, and they'll be in different locations, 2 or 3 different locations. You're going to have to look for them so that you can earn the right to have some fun winning these tickets to the race weekend. But in addition to that, we're also going to have some really neat stuff from some of our restaurants, from places like G's and Tin Roof. We're all going to be vendors downtown, and Joliet's and Chicago Street Pub, along with Chevrolet, one of our new Venezuelan restaurants, and a multitude of new vendors coming in. Smoke and Z will be back, along with Tacos Maui. And there's many others, and Semino's also a late entry is coming in to be one of our vendors, and I think that's a first for us to have Semino's, and we welcome them. And I want to mention this again. This is big stuff now. This is a big thing. Midland States Bank is our fireworks sponsor. Yes, we have fireworks. The last note of the last song, the whole place goes up for grabs, and the biggest fireworks anywhere takes place. And this year, did you have those Eclipse glasses, by the way? Nothing compared to the glasses that Midland State Bank is going to give away. We have 1,000 pairs, and they'll be right out in front of the bank at Van Buren and Chicago Street. They'll have a table. That may also be one of the places where you can register to win some of these prizes that we're going to be giving away on stage. See, I forgot to bring them with. I would have put a pair on you. But we have 1,000 of these glasses going out. So when you look up at the fireworks, you're not only going to see fireworks, but you're going to see sort of starbursts and different designs, sort of like the old-fashioned Larry Walsh used to tell me about the little kaleidoscope things he used to as a kid. And so that's what you're going to see when you're at Race Fan Rally, along with great entertainment. And our sponsors, of course, Hawk Auto and Wilmer Rogers Red and Ruzon, Midland States. Rendell's going to be providing some additional lights for us. And our volunteers, we want to mention our volunteers, Michael. These guys are the core, the heart, the pulse of what makes these events go. Pastor Brian Heller, the Gospel Life Church folks come down every one of our events and help us out. And this year, I think, wherever Lauren went to, I think it's St. Francis. Are they supplying some additional volunteers? She's not paying attention to me. Yes, I'll say yes to that. And I think there's volunteers. And, of course, we have Joliet Police Department. Captain Les O'Connor does a great job on he's there early in the morning until the last person leaves the downtown area. And along with John Albrecht, Jim Smith, who've been core volunteers forever. And we appreciate what they've done. Diana Missing, of course, joining us again this year. She kind of, as you mentioned before, dropped in kind of a volunteer last year. This year on full-time volunteer. And we're probably going to have to recruit her for next year, add a few more events to the agenda because, you know, she and Jim Missing, they just kind of, you know, they're gone weekends for the most weekends. I don't know what they do on weekends, but something to do with racing, I think, something to do with racing. And, of course, they also go out to a little place called the Autobahn where their son races, and he's done a great job, Jordan. And they are providing some of the opportunity for us to get perhaps some vehicles from the Autobahn. And if you want to know more about the Autobahn, you stop by and ask for Diana Missing. She'll be right around that core area, and they'll have cars on display. And that is another great Joliet phenomenal diamond in the rough. Most people don't know it even exists, and it's one of the greatest ones anywhere in the nation. Race Fan Rally is on, and I'm just going to check my notes here, make sure I've got everybody else covered. The Grundy County Speedway that Diana mentioned, we're going to have those folks, and the Corvette clubs are coming again this year, and two of the largest classic car clubs are also joining us. And one of the popular events, Michael, and I know you like it, and that you crawl through that front window. It's fun to watch them do that, by the way. And it's our race car simulator, and that'll be there. And we're going to have some special photography going on, so you'll be able to have those sent to your home via email on that. So vendors, food, entertainment, show cars, classic cars, racing cars, and I think you said you're going to have some some mini cups. What did you talk about? Are those solo cups you're talking? What are you talking about?
No. There'll be some of the mini cups that race at the Grundy County Speedway, and they're exactly what they sound like. They look like little baby mini cups, little cup cars. So there'll be, I think there's 3 or 4 of them that are going to come out and be on display. So you never know. There's an old saying, you never know who or what will show up at Race Fan Rally.
Speaking of showing up, back in the audience here is Larry Walsh, our executive of the county of Will. And I want to thank Larry Walsh and the county for years and years and years and years. We've had our part of all our staging and everything's there on that parking lot. And it belongs to the county, and we thank you, Larry, for your cooperation. And we appreciate all of the help and support that you've given as well. So the county, city, and because of this, I believe we're going to be on here before Fiesta en Calle, which I think is September 9th. And so you want to make sure that you're down there for that as well. That is a paid event. I think $5 in advance, $10 the day of. And our event, by the way, is totally free, and the Kids Zone is also free this year, I believe. So you want to enjoy our day. And Michael, your responsibility right now, because he has to leave in a moment or so to go back on JOL for reports, because during this time we've been doing reports into JOL. We've got the folks here from Chicagoland Speedway doing Facebook. We have our JCTV, Channel 6, and YouTube here today. We thank all of you. Hopefully, we've covered the ground for you. Michael, you'll take up, kind of do a summary for us. And we'll look forward to seeing you on September 13th during the week, downtown Joliet, 5 p.m. to 10 p.m. About 9:40 is the fireworks. Make sure you're down there for that, okay? Michael?
All right, Richard, thank you. Well, you pretty much wrapped it up. 5 o'clock, 5 to 10. It's the 16th annual Race Fan Rally on Wednesday night, September 13th. It's the kickoff. The first race for the playoffs is at our racetrack, and we're all proud to say that. It is indeed our racetrack. So thank you to everybody for coming out. Thanks for watching on Facebook Live and JCTV. And we will make sure you come on out. Tell your friends, what'd you say? Tell your friends, tell your enemies to come on out. Anyway, good time. Tickets are available for the Cup race for all 4 races at the Chicagoland Speedway. 888-629-RACE. That's 888-629-7223. Thank you very much on behalf of the staff and management, everybody at the City Center Partnership. Thank you very much, and we'll see you at Race Fan Rally 16 on September 13th.